everyone, and welcome back to my learning space. These voicings, I've always been fascinated by them, the things that MCcoy Tyner plays on Love Supreme. And upon checking some of them, I've been trying to incorporate this style into my playing. It is a concept I've realized that has a fundamental kind of way in which it's built, and it's built on fourth voicings and in a way inverting fourth voicings, and I'm going to explain all of that to you today. So let's get started. So I'm going to be working in the key of G minor. These voicings use what we would call inversions. So what I noticed that MCcoy Tyner does is he inverts these kinds of stacks. So, well, first of all, let's actually talk about his left hand. So a lot of the times I've noticed that he'll use a fourth stack on one, on the second degree, but also on fourth and fifth degree. And on occasion, when he wants a kind of a sixth sound, he'll do it on the third degree, which most of the time I guess it would be 1, 2, 4, and 5, and then 3 gives you a C7 or G minor 6 kind of a sound. Now what he does on his right hand is he takes those same voicings, or mostly the same voicings, and he inverts them. So if you've got G, C, F, you can play G, C, F like this in your right hand, but you can also play C, G, F like this. Or you could even put the C on top like that, and it'll do the same for the second degree. Okay, we can play like that. Let's do the same for the fourth. Let's do the same for the 5. What's useful to know is the fact that it almost seems like it's derived from a minor pentatonic. In fact, that's almost so obvious. Now, I think what makes it so special in the way that he plays it is that it's derived from a minor pentatonic. So when he plays it, he tries to create like melodies in the right hand. So like if I do, now the trick to this is that you're not always going to be playing C, F, G, D, G, A when you are on this side in your left hand, or you're not always going to be playing F, B flat, C. You kind of intertwine them in a sense where you kind of have to familiarize yourself with these kind of suspended fourth voicing shapes in this kind of a way, so that you have the liberty to move around, and what the left hand is doing, it's just staying on these fourth stacks, and then you'll use them creatively in your right hand. Now what it tends to do a lot in the right hand, it tends to outline the minor pentatonic on chord 1, but also the minor pentatonic I find on chord 5 works pretty well as well, because it invites the 9th in the mix. So that will be G minor pentatonic as well as D minor pentatonic. So you can play a game and you can say, how about you try to voice it with these shapes on top to make it sound like it's cohesive in a way. Or we can do D minor 7. let's start here. You want to incorporate these kinds of voicings when you are playing a minor blues, for instance, or any kind of minor song sort, you know, that's predominantly modal. Now, other interesting things that MCcoy Tyner uses, or the ones that I've learned so far, because I think he does a vast number of things that are really hard for me to hear. So a lot of the times he does like a minor step above. So it's important to know these voicings in different kinds of keys, so that when you want to step outside, then you can use that same shape in a way, you know. So for instance, you can do, or and the half step can be from the tonic, particularly on the fourth, also works really well. So if you've got you can also do, you know, and you mix the shapes up as well, so you don't always have to play it so structured, in a sense where you're doing, or you're doing, you can mix the shapes up. So what if I keep the D on top for the first two chords, and then I do, or here I can do, another idea that I picked up, minor third ideas of going out. So like, which is like B flat minor, and I think he voiced it like this in Love Supreme at some point, but obviously that was in the key of F, so that was, you shouldn't have to voice it like that. You could just take the idea, which is what I do, take the idea of a minor third. Now the trick with going out is that you have to slide in the best way you can to make it sound like it's together. Or if I do, or something like that, you know. I think when he goes out, he tends to use it as a push-pull kind of a thing, in a sense where, like, it's like a 5-to-1, or it's like a, like if he's doing, kind of a thing. Where it's like he's drawing your attention away, but he wants to pull you back in again. Okay, so how can I use these voicings outside of a modal context? Now, I thought about this and I was like, you know what? These voicings, they don't particularly have like harmonic ties, like where you can tie them neatly from beginning to end. And that's why they work particularly well in a modal setting. But what I did come up with is you can use them on vamps, sort of Green Dolphin Street, as well as the tune 4. If I've got... So, I don't know, like I could do... I mean, I'm really just messing around here. There's no formula to it is what I'm saying. So like, think of the minor pentatonic that works for that. A lot of the times we will probably tend to use C minor, which is fine, but I prefer the pentatonic on the third because the third allows for the major 7 to be in the mix. So G minor in this case, as we've been working on. So we can use these for G minor. Okay. Da da dee da 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 da. Da da dee da 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 dee da da dee da da da. I think this kind of playing is it's a taste. I don't think everyone will be into this, and so sometimes you want to try to make it more accommodating in a sense. I don't know, maybe that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. Like if I've got the melody, in any case when you comp, you want to be aware of the melody. If I do, I'm trying to keep the melody on top. That's the best place I think you can use it over. As it pertains to Green Dolphin Street, kind of can use that kind of a fourth voicing. One thing also you could do this idea of keeping the tonic on top and going down in the inside voices and the bass in fourth voicings until you get to the desired location. Well, that has to be in time. How do we do that? That's the best place that I can think of. Or you could do in all that you do. I think you just have to be sensible, but the concept in itself of stacking up fourth voicings I think is a cool concept, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you mess around with it as I'm still busy doing as well, but I thought I should share this one. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.